Right now, one zealot completing the wall off for Kayce. Nice efficient wall off here with just the Cybernetics, Core Gateway, and Zealot. And here's Zergwin Spade coming up for the Lings at the spawning pool. Expansion down, the probe sees it. Just hanging out there, goes a little bit behind the trees. Sits Zergwins out to gain some map control for Frosty. Cybernetics Core almost done. Queen coming out for Frosty, so he can inject some larva, maybe spawn some creep tumors. Nothing special. And the scouting probe goes down, doesn't get any intel, whether there's a roach warren or not going up right now. That is really what the Protoss is looking for after the patch change in 1.12, with the roaches gaining their 4 range buff. Then they have become much stronger versus Protoss, even breaking off walled rams. So he does not know what's coming up right now, so looks like he's going to play defensive and just see what comes to him. The expansion almost done. Looks like he's making another queen so he can move one down and jet some larva. Bringing the drones down to increase his counter. Warp gate being chrono boosted out along with 2 more gateways being put up at the main. Ling poking up the ramp just to see what's up. Doesn't see anything too special. Sees the Zealot, sees Stalker possibly. At this point he doesn't know the gateway count of the Protoss, so he's trying to be careful and conservative. 1 sentry on the way. Looks like Frosty is still droning right now. He's built another queen so he can spawn those creep tumors. Taking control of the watchtower so he has vision over most of the map. Any ground pushes that want to get to his base quick, he's going to be able to spot them. Zerglings checking for any pylons, any cannons possibly back here. Anything that could help the Protoss out. Finally putting the drones back in the gas, possibly looking to get a lair soon. The warp gates are done. He's going 3 gates right now, just taking each round and putting some more units on. The Lings see it. Are they going to engage? No, he escapes with minimal losses. Looks like Kayce is going to push out here with his small force of Stalkers, Zealots, and Sentries. Right now, all that Frosty has to defend are maybe 8 Lings, and 3 Queens. So, and if he keeps those Lings down there, this push is going to be doing a lot of damage. And the Lings are down there. The Roach Warren going up, but there will not be Roaches out of time to defend against this. Stalkers will easily be able to take out these Queens. Microing the 1 Stalker at low health away, blocking off the path. The Zerglings focus down the sentries, but are quickly taken out. Reinforcements from the main are blocked off by the 2 nice sentry force fields. Though, despite his efforts, it looks like Frosty is not able to defend against this push. See 20 Zerglings coming out right now. These should be able to clean it up, and looks like Kayce is retreating. He knows what's going on. He sees the egg spawning, and he does not want to lose these forces. It's a nice safe play by Kayce right now, as he gets his expansion up, about to equal or even surpass the economy of Frosty. Looks like the Zerglings are coming down for a counterattack, split by the middle map pathing. We see the 2 Zealots going for this round, and the 2 Zealots are gonna fall. So he's warped in another round of Stalkers that should be able to deal with this, along with a couple of a Sentry and a Zealot. Right now, Protoss is a pretty formidable force, but back at Frosty's main, it looks like he has enough to defend any pushes at the moment. Getting double gas at the expansion. 2 Stargates going up in the main for Kayce. Possibly some Void Rays, maybe some Phoenixes to lift him up. Looks like, though he has the lair on the way, the lair finished, he does not have a Spire or any air defense besides those Queens right now. So if he uses anything out of those Stargates, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. A few Roaches coming up. Putting the expansion out to 3rd, though he's going to need to destroy these rocks before he can easily move his army and drones in between. Yeah, so 2 Phoenixes coming out from the Stargates right now, being chrono boosted. Looks like the stalkers pushing in before these spine crawlers can be able to finish. It's gonna have to cancel. He cancels it just in time. These Zerglings pushing back the crawlers. The stalkers. 2, 3 stalkers down. Those roaches are doing a lot of damage from their long range. Microing the Zerglings to get us around. Losing a few Zerglings, but each stalker is worth at least 2 or 3 Zerglings, if not far more. And Protoss reinforces his army, but the Zealots are stuck in between the stalkers, not coming out to hit the roaches. He micros a few roaches back to eat. Ooh, and he saved the roach with 1 HP. Well played. Well, it looks like that third expansion is up now for Frosty. As soon as he destroys these rocks, he can easily transfer his army and drones down there, and then gain a serious economic lead over Kayce. Right now, let's see, 4 Phoenixes out for Kayce, though he hasn't shown his play yet. Right now, Frosty has almost no air defense. These Phoenixes are going to wreak havoc on the Queens and Overlords with their Graviton beams. Pushing out with the Stalkers, just probably going to poke in and see what's going on. 7 more roaches on the way for Frosty. Right now, it looks like Frosty's pulling into an economic advantage once he gets his 3rd base up and running. It looks like Kayce is going to have to take it out if he wants to stay in this game. Those Phoenixes coming in, those are going to wreak havoc on the supply of Frosty. And he sees the Phoenixes. He knows he has nothing. He picks up the Queen. That Queen is going to go down easily. Absolutely nothing else to defend against these Phoenixes. This is going to be really annoying for Frosty right now. Picks up another Queen. He's going to be without Inject Lava for a while. Though, the Spire finally going down for Frosty. Taking out those Overlords. And Frosty is in the red supply, cannot create any more units. That includes drones and units. This is going to really slow him down at the moment. Researching Burrow. Let's see. Looks like Tunneling Claws and Glial Reconstitution, speed and moving under Burrow upgrades have been researched for the roaches, in case that comes into play later in the game. The roaches pushing in for a poke, they easily push back. Oh! And it's going to be easy pickings for the Stalkers and Phoenixes and lifted up in the air with those Graviton units. So 15 more roaches on the way to defend against the Stalker push. Those Phoenix still having free shots at these Overlords. Solid roach force. 10, 20 roaches right now looking to counter these Stalkers. It's going to be a pretty even fight, though. The Immortal is there to do serious damage to the roaches. It's like the Spire is almost finished. Missile attacks level 2 being upgraded. Those roaches are going to have good damage upgrades. The Stalker's coming in. It's like the 3rd has almost no defense right now, but he's moved his drones away. Instead of defending, it looks like Frosty's looking to counterattack right now. And Frosty is going to lose his 3rd base. This Phoenix is going in. 5 spine crawlers going down, but that's not going to be enough to defend against this push. As Frosty goes in, it's like he's going to counterattack very successfully, taking out the cannons, taking out the pylon, and the only pylon that's powering this product, and it goes down in a few seconds away from finishing that Immortal. Moving his roaches in. Ooh, looking to take out the gateways. Here come the Stalkers and Immortals back to defend. Takes out both the gateways, so these Phoenixes are trying to take out as many units as they can. Going for the probes. Trying to gain the sure damage, the economic lead. They'll pull ahead. Oh, and losing some of his roaches to Graviton beams. These Stalkers are whittling away at the roach count as they try to get away. Oh, and they burrow. Well played. He has no detection to stop these roaches from getting away right now. Frosty producing 22 Zerglings right now. That should be enough to defend with the help of these roaches if Kayce decides to push out at this time. A couple of Corruptors up to defend against the Phoenixes, though not enough to defend against such a large Phoenix count. It's like 9 Phoenixes in the air right now for Kayce. 4 more Corruptors coming out. And the Phoenix is coming over the top, trying to put Frosty in the red, and they succeed. Roach is coming up from behind, doing a A good surround. Looks like Protoss is boxed in now. Those Immortals are whittling away at the road count. Phoenix is coming up, dancing around, lifting them up and grab time, and that'll be the end of this roach force. Oh, they're dropping down. These Stalkers are actually not doing as much damage as they could be. Losing most of the roaches, so this looks to be a pretty even trade at the moment. This Overlord is full of Zerglings just hanging out, keeping the Zerglings up in the air for a sightseeing tour. Corruptors pushing back the Phoenixes, they'll be taken out pretty easily. Frosty left with a pretty sizable force. As Kayce's third base finishes, though Frosty spots it with the lurking Overlord, and looks like Frosty is pushing out with a few Zerglings to finish off this force. As he expands right back to his third. These Phoenixes still just staying in Frosty's base, not really doing anything. Here, looks like they're pulling back, and they take out the Overlords, these Zerglings. Pretty significant loss. Though, the Zerglings and Roaches counterattack and take out this third base. The income loss would just be almost insurmountable for Kayce. And he loses the Nexus, as it looks like Frosty is double expanding to the 3 and 9 o'clock positions. The probe spots it, but there's really not much he can do about it this time. The Corruptor's gonna get picked off or shot at by the Stalkers. Phoenix is taking him out. But right now, Frosty's production is about to skyrocket, while Kayce is staying the same or even decreasing because of his probe loss. Yeah, he is almost 20 harvesters behind. As soon as this base is up and running, then he is going to be at a severe disadvantage. These Phoenix is coming in, though it looks like there's enough Corruptors. Corruptors are very resilient against air damage. Zealots whittling away at the 9 o'clock expansion, though enough Zerglings to easily take them around the way. A third try at the third expansion going down now. As the Phoenixes work away at the Overlords, but at this point, Frosty has quite the advantage. He sees the pylon, decides to take it out. Oh, and the Corruptor is fighting off against Phoenixes, saves the Phoenix with 2 HP and no shields. So, I don't know how well that works. Phoenix is dancing around, shooting on the fly. 2 low health Phoenixes survive. The Zerg force moving around, making sure they keep defenses up all around. Good creep spread here, though it probably could be better with Overlord and creep tumors. Right now it looks like Frosty is just focused on building up a good force for defense. Though right now, Kayce does not have much to defend against this. It's like Frosty and Kayce taps out. It is GG. Frosty wins this game. Well played by Frosty. Back and forth game, but eventually out-macroed his opponent and overwhelmed him with the Zerg Swarm. Good game, and thanks for listening to TranixSC. Leave any comments, criticisms, and even praise below. Good night.